Hello guys, and welcome to Ride VIP, the Rideshare channel. My name is Serge, and in today's video I'm very happy to tell you that I did it. I was able to make $2,701.92, and yes, I was able to complete almost an impossible challenge of doing 110 rides in a span of 3 days for the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday challenge. As you can see, the ride challenge was complete. That's $240 in the bank. Remember how in the beginning of the week, if you've been keeping up with this series, I kind of guessed that I could probably make $2,700. That was my goal, but I was hoping to at least make $2,500, and I'm pretty happy to see that I did that. And today I was hoping to be able to make at least $500. As you can see, I made 508. So I basically exceeded my expectations, and I'm hoping that you guys were able to complete your challenge as well, in case you had one going. So yes, I am in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. If you are also in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, let me know if you were also working on the same challenge, and did you complete it, more importantly. And also, did you hustle like me and just work crazy hours? As you can see, I did 212 rides for the week. I worked 81 hours and 47 minutes, not including all of the commuting that I have done. I have really hustled. So anyways, with this challenge being complete, I am now heading home, and I do want to talk about this challenge, working for Lyft or Uber as a whole, and talk about my strategies, the ones I've been using to actually complete these challenges, and also, you know, like address some of the questions that I've been getting in the comment section. Not specifically to anybody, like I'm not there to read the actual comments and things like that, but I've seen some comments. There was one comment that said earlier in the week that this was fake. Okay, this is fake then. And that's when I only had, I think, a little over $900 earnings in 3 days. Somebody said it was fake. So that's actually good to know that it's fake, because that means somebody out there thinks that that's impossible to do, and I have did the impossible. But I would like that person to see that now I have $2,701 for 7 days. And if you're watching this video, let me know what you think. Is this fake, or are you impressed with my earnings? Now, I am not trying to rub this in anybody's face. This can be accomplished by any one of y'all, okay? I'm not like anybody that's special. I don't even have a special car. I'm driving a 2005 Chrysler 300. It is a black Chrysler 300. It doesn't make a difference what color it is. I'm not getting paid more because of its color. I mean, this car's old. It's 19 years old. I am lucky that this car is even allowed on the Lyft platform being sold. But with that being said, this year I started off with a little over 100,000 miles, and right now I have 124,000 miles on it. That's what I have. Another question or comment, I should say, that I had was somebody saying how, I guess I'm bragging how much money I'm making or something like that, and somehow that it involves a hustle, like I'm hustling. Of course I'm hustling. I mean, it is the wording that I'm using. I mean, is it really a hustle? No, like it's more like being a contractor. But when I say I'm hustling, it means I'm working hard. That's what it means to me. It's I really don't have any other meaning for it. Okay, like somebody could think of something else, but to me, when you're saying I'm hustling, I'm not hustling anybody over. I am basically just working really hard and putting in a lot of hours. As you could tell, 81 hours and 47 minutes. That's a lot of hours. And another question or comment that I had was that this is very long hours. It's unsustainable. It's really bad for your health. Yes, of course it's unsustainable. This is a gig. This is a gig economy. This is a gig worker doing these rides. Every single week will look different. Yeah, don't look at this income and say, can you do this every week? Or to think that I can do this every week. No, this is not going to happen every single week. I just want you to know that. I mean, I think it's obvious. We're not hourly employees. Like, we have no control over how much money we get paid. What we do have control over is this. If there's area surges that's going on, if there's ride streaks that's going on, is there bonus hours that's going on, you know, anything like that. And when you clock in, when you clock out, how long you work, what kind of car you have, you basically have control over that. So with that being said, I don't have the best car. It doesn't even have the best economy. Let me look what kind of economy I'm having right now. Because driving on local streets, my economy is not the best, but it has improved by itself. It was down to like 17.7 miles per gallon yesterday, but I did not reset nothing, and now it's up to 20.9 miles per gallon. So apparently, oh yeah, I just now turned to 21. But the thing is, this is average miles per gallon. This is not current miles per gallon of me driving. If I reset it, it's probably going to be showing 29 miles per gallon or something, because I am on the highway and I'm moving at a constant speed. And yes, that does help your fuel economy. But anyways, still, you know, 21 miles per gallon, that's pretty good economy, I'd say, you know, because I am technically making over $1 a mile, I'd say, or at least $1 a mile. It doesn't matter. This income is actually pretty good. I've been in the expedite industry for 14 years and mainly getting paid 80 cents a mile. And I actually was making, I'll tell you what I was making, $500 a day gross. That was my base. Like every single week I was able to make about $2,500, give or take, sometimes over $3,000, but my goal was always to make $2,500 at the very minimum. And I had to drive all over the United States in a Mercedes Sprinter van that I owned. I was driving for myself. That also meant that I'm putting miles on it, I have breakdowns on it, but more importantly, my fuel economy is very similar to this. But I had to pay commercial insurance, which was very expensive. It's a million liability, $100,000 cargo. And since then, it went up even more. I'm not even going to get into the pricing. If any of you have inquired about commercial insurance, especially if you're trying to get into like Uber Black, then you already know it's very expensive. Very expensive. To the point where you might have to get like a business loan or something to cover it if you don't have the money still in the bank. It's pretty expensive. And they make you do like a deposit, and sometimes they make you pay up front. It's pretty crazy. But anyways, with that out of the way, I understand how much money you're making is good money or bad money, or if it's worth it or not worth it. Like, what I want to say is this. I'm using a regular old car, which is a great car. It's a beautiful car. I'm getting compliments on it all the time. Drives really well. I take care of it. But this car currently, this particular car does not have a commercial policy. It's just got a regular insurance policy, which means I get to enjoy cheap rates every single month. I don't have to worry about going to work all the time like I used to when I was an expedite. I knew that I had to work. I needed to, keep the ball rolling. If I'm not working, I'm still paying for that insurance policy, which meant that I don't have any sense of freedom. I just have to work all the time. So right now, I have a sense of freedom. If I choose not to work tomorrow, I don't have to work tomorrow. And it was going to be my choice not to work tomorrow, but since there's a new challenge going on, I will take part in that challenge, and I will show you what I'm talking about. This is the challenge that I'm talking about. I'll be taking part in that. But this is going to be a 4-day challenge, and it's definitely possible to complete. But anyways, I do want to basically talk about like other stuff. Okay, so in some of the comments that I've received is that I guess what the comment's trying to say is that the car is basically taking a beating. Yes, very true. And I said it time and time again, do not buy a brand new car to do this. Get a used car and start putting miles on it, and don't worry about the miles you're putting on it. But one thing's for sure, old cars require more service. It might cost you more money in upkeep. But also one thing's for sure, there's no payment. If your car breaks down and you can't afford to fix it, you can just park it, and then that's the end of it. And then you decide how to proceed from that on. I am in that same boat. And believe me, I have already went through some cars. So I started out with a 2013 Nissan Altima. There was no payment on it. I owned it. It only had 45,000 miles on it. That was 3 years ago when I started working for Lyft. Great fuel economy. It was a 2.5 liter engine, but at 117,000 miles, the radiator blew out and the head gasket went. So I'm gonna fix this car eventually, but because I have a lot on my plate and there's other cars that I have that I could use, I bought another car and I kept going. So at that time, yes, I had another car that I could use, but I got lucky and I bought a 2010 BMW. I think I paid like $2,500 for it. I believe that's what I paid for it. And it had a mechanical damage, clean title car, and I fixed it, and I put 70,000 miles on it, and then somebody crashed into me, totaling the car. It was not my fault. Insurance company paid me my money back. Well, $4,500 of it, because the car had like, I think like 260,000 miles when this happened, or close to it, and I bought it with, I think like 190,000, something like that. Don't quote me on that. I guess it's kind of hard to keep up because I have a lot of cars, but I missed that car. It got totaled. I could have kept it, but they wanted me to pay a lot of money for my own car, like when it was totaled, and I figured I'll just get another one at an auction, and I did. I found a 2007 BMW X5, and it was only $1,500. It was a run and drive. I picked it up, but that particular car has a lot more problems. It's also a clean title car, but I got like mixed feelings how I'm gonna go about it. I really like that car. I know, it's just a 2007 car. It's pretty old, but I really like it. I really don't want to put miles on it. I don't know, like, what do you guys think about that? But I just, BMWs are very expensive to fix, and when you're putting miles on a BMW, it will cost you a lot more money. So I might try to use cheaper cars from now on. But with that being said, I may use the BMW for my personal clients. It's a 7-passenger. I may use it for some Lyft rides, but I don't want to use it consistently, if that makes any sense. It's just because besides feeling good driving a car, I don't think I'm going to make much more money, but I would like to see how much money can I make in a BMW X5 that has 7 passengers? You know, will it be 7 passengers quite often or sometimes? Because if it's only sometimes, it's not worth me using it, because it's not going to be that fuel efficient. It's a V8 with a 4.8 liter engine in it, but it is a technically a reliable car. There's just going to be like a lot of little things wrong with it. Anyways, moving on. After the BMW, I bought a Range Rover as well, and I wanted to give it a test to see if I could actually even make any money, or what's it going to be like. Range Rover 2006. I put 35,000 miles on it driving for Lyft. So I didn't even expect to use it for that long, but I did, because that was the car that I had, and I ended up using it. I enjoyed it. You know, it was awesome. Sure, it's pretty expensive on fuel, and it's not that fuel efficient. It's only like, at best, 17 miles per gallon. But I've been trying to get a replacement for it, and that's where this 2005 Chrysler 300 came in. I already had the car, and I was working on it, and basically when I was done working on it, I put it into service, and I've been driving it ever since. And now I put basically over 25,000 miles on this car, driving it for Lyft already. That's between November of last year and now. So that's what it's been like. You know, it might even be more, maybe like 27,000 miles. You know, I'm putting miles on it really quickly. But once I'm done taking care of some of these things that I have on my plate, like I'm doing a bathroom remodel right now for my, you know, well, it's my wife's project that she wanted me to do, but you know, we needed to get it done. So I gotta get done with that and some other stuff. We gotta fix our roof. I would like to fix another car that I've been working on. It needs some stuff done to it. It's a 2015 Jeep Patriot. Started using that. It's a 4-cylinder. Basically, it's an economy type of car. I think it's gonna be a pretty good car for this. I'm not like technically replacing a Chrysler 300, but like what I want to do is I want to actually start driving it. It has 75,000 miles on it, and just put it on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist and try to sell that vehicle as I'm driving, just so I could actually make some lump sum money. If I could actually make enough, like to actually make a profit, because if I can't make a profit, I'm not selling it, because I have a lot of money in that car already. So I'm not about to lose money. I'd much rather than use a low mileage car for my own purposes and make money with it. And that's why I did that with my Nissan Altima. I had it for sale, everybody was lowballing me, and I'm like, nope, not worth it. It had 45,000 miles, and people were offering to pay me $5,500 for it. I said no thanks. I actually had it as low as $7,500, and people just keep lowballing me. So at $7,500, I could have still made a little bit, not much, because you know that's a low mileage car. But anyways, I now want to just give you guys some strategies, you know, like to work and make this type of money. First of all, as I explained to you before, this will not happen every single time, every single week. Week to week could be different. If you take a little break from Lyft, they may give you some bonuses that when you come back, you actually have some bonuses that you could take part in. I've taken a big break. Maybe this is why I have bonuses. I don't know. This is why I need you to tell me if you're having the same type of bonuses. Also, if Lyft gives you bonuses when you're a brand new driver, keep in mind, you'll have in those bonuses, they're sort of sucking you in. They're letting you know, like, oh, look at all this money you're going to make, okay? But keep in mind, that's not going to last. Enjoy while you can. Do as many rides as you can, and just make as much money as you can while the bonuses are there, because they will go away. And once they go away, your income is going to shrink. It might shrink double from what you were making. So the reason I'm saying that is I'm just preparing you, not scaring you. I'm preparing you. Don't try to go out there and get yourself a newer car, get yourself a bigger place, because that income is not going to be sustainable. It's just going to shrink. Okay? So just keep that in mind. I mean, this is technically a side hustle type of gig economy, you know. This should be considered like as a side hustle. Like if you have a normal job that you go to and you already have a nice car or whatever, maybe you're making payments on it and you're trying to make some extra money, then maybe it makes sense for you to go out there and use that same car that you're already using for your work and make that extra money. But keep in mind, you're gonna put a lot of miles on that car. Are you ready to put anywhere from 400 to 500 miles a day on your car? If the answer is no, then maybe don't do it. Maybe rent a car and do it that way. You could rent it through like a Lyft program or an Uber program. But if you're concerned about putting miles in your car and adding wear and tear to your vehicle, then yeah, don't do it. Me, on the other hand, I buy cars so cheap that, like this Chrysler 300, I paid $1,500 for it. Sure, it already has cost me way more money, probably double or triple that amount already. But you know, in time, all of your cars will cost you that much. You got to take care of them. You got to fix them and stuff like that. And then before you know it, something major happens and you lose all that money. That does happen. So I'm enjoying it while I can. I'm not expecting this car to last. You know, this car is running like basically 16 hours straight. Like I'm literally not just working 12 hours. I'm working about 16 hours, 15 hours minimum every single day. And I've been noticing, like I've been working, you know, more and more lately. And that's because I got to commute. If you don't got to commute, then yeah, it's going to be a little bit different for you. But yeah, I'm just trying to warn you. I mean, I already have all these videos out there, but like it's kind of funny though. I guess maybe I'm getting some new viewers and they look at it thinking that I'm not letting anybody know this or that or the other thing. But I have other videos and other YouTubers that record videos on rideshare, you know, rideshare type of content. They also point it out on their videos. So it's just common sense. You can't watch one video and base your whole Lyft economy, I guess, on making all kinds of money. That's just not going to be correct. You're not going to be able to really sustain that income. So just saying. Now next week, as I said, which just begins today, I got to go home. I got to sleep. There is a bonus, so I'm taking part in that. So we'll see what we're going to have on the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday bonus. Let's see if it's possible to complete it, but I'm going to try to work hard again, even though I'm tired as heck from last week. I feel a little better now, but today I did not follow my normal routine when it comes to staying healthy. And I basically drank some energy drinks just because I had a hard time, you know. So later on at night, because it's just a lot, you know. A lot of like when you're working a lot of days like I am and you're commuting, you're taking away from your sleep. So if I'm wasting about 16 hours out of my day with commuting, by the time I get home and everything, I only got 5-6 hours to sleep, and that catches up with you. So yeah, like it's not healthy, and nobody said it is. So yeah, like use this as a side hustle. Maybe you want to buy something, maybe you want to treat somebody, you know, get out there and make some money, take care of your business. But yeah, don't rely on this income to last. Also, I think part of the reason that I'm able to make this kind of money, well, one of it is because I'm a pretty good strategist. I know what the heck I'm doing, okay? But another part of it is because right now it's just a season. You can make money. So especially if you got strategy, that you could use that works for you. Because, you know, we all have different strategies. Find the one that works for you. I will share mine. I have shared mine, but it's simple. It's simple. But it's good to come in with a strategy and a plan of what your day is going to look like, how much money you're planning to make. It's not like you're guessing. I mean, it's just common sense. You look at your bonuses, and you plan how many rides you're gonna do, and according to that plan, I mean, you could figure out, are you able to finish the bonus, or are you not able to finish the bonus? And I guess, speaking of bonus, like a ride challenge bonus, like that's what I'm talking about. I always choose the hardest bonus, because even if you don't complete like the highest one and you complete it halfway, you're still getting a bigger, big chunk of that money. Because the second bonus, if you look, it's in 2 parts, and they're only offering you the first part of the most expensive bonus. So I'd much rather have an opportunity to complete the highest possible challenge. So I always go for the highest. Do I always get to complete the highest challenge? No, I have failed sometimes. A couple times I failed, okay? But usually I succeed. The reasons I failed some of the other times, I didn't run out of time or anything. I just was not getting ride requests. Maybe it's the time of the day or whatever, but just wasn't getting them. Sometimes it's just slow. But you could clearly see today I did 33 rides, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Thought I did more than that, but yeah, I guess it is 33 rides. That's exactly what I did. Yesterday I did a lot more. So what else I want to say? Yeah, I guess let's talk about your car, like maintenance and stuff like that. I just want to point this out. I mean, maybe this is just my car, maybe I have bad alignment, I don't know. But about I'd say 17,000 miles ago, okay, that's gonna be close enough, I replaced struts and shocks. I have replaced 2 rear tires with brand new tires, not brand name tires, but brand new tires. I've replaced 2 front brakes, and I did some other stuff which I'm forgetting right now, but basically I had to do those services, so I did them. But right now my front brakes that I replaced, they're acting a little funny. I mean, they're braking great, but it's some weird rubbing noise which I'm familiar with, and it sounds almost like it's metal on metal. That's how kind of like it feels like. And I can't really see anything because the way my rim is designed, can't really look behind there to be able to see, is it rubbing metal on metal. But I would be very surprised if they have worn down. Now, mind you, they are Amazon brakes, so from Amazon. It said they were ceramic, carbon ceramics or whatever, but I think I paid like 18 to 20 bucks for them, something like that. I actually just ordered a brand new set, and that set is gonna, it cost me $22. It's gonna come in on May 1st. But I don't know, I never ever worn brakes out that fast, including in Lyft, so I'm not understanding, why is it making that type of noise. This is not like noise, okay? It's more like a feeling, like you're applying brakes and it feels like you sort of have that rough rubbing type of feel. So it's not scaring the passengers, nobody asking me questions about it, like nothing. It's just there. Second thing, the 2 rear tires, to my surprise, yesterday I just decided to feel them at night. I could not see them, but I arrived home, I'm like thinking, well, let me feel my tread with my fingers, see what it feels like. And man, I'm like, oh my gosh, it feels like it's worn down. I'm thinking, what the heck? Like, it's like the tread is almost gone. Like, I mean, especially on the inner, tire. inner portion of it. Like it's even less. I mean, I keep it evenly inflated, so it's got like even wear. Possibly I got better alignment, but both sides are wearing out like crazy. Probably have another 10,000 miles on them, but by the time, you know, maybe 10,000 miles. I guess that would be at best. So maybe I don't even have that much time on them. So I may have to go ahead and order 2 more tires. But I'm thinking, gosh, that was quick. I mean, it was worth it if you think about it. Like, I mean, I only paid $50 a piece for those tires, you know, plus installation. But boy, that was fast for them to wear out like that. But my front ones, they're great. I had those tires for a while, and those treads are like, man, it feels brand new on the front. It's just the rear is worn down, and this car is a real-wheel drive. And also, my ball joint on the left side is starting to make noise. It taps here and there. I've ordered ball joints, they already came in, so I got to perform the service. But obviously, if I'm going to start performing service right now on any of these things, I will not be able to complete my challenge, because of the challenge going on. I'm not going to be able to complete it. I just don't have the time for it. I don't have the strength for it. It's just I'm very exhausted. And I'm recording this video at night for you guys right after my very long shift. And so this is why I sound how I sound. Like I'm just very exhausted. I guess with that being said, my parts are cheap. I'm able to replace them. Nowhere, you know, the price of this car's maintenance is nowhere near what the payment is on any vehicle, really, because this is cheap. But you decide whatever you want, because you're still gonna have to deal with tires, with brakes, no matter what vehicle you choose. And this is the major type of stuff that I do. And on top of it, I do like oil changes, so I actually have to do an oil change. I did buy all brand new suspension components. I got tie rods, I got everything. I may end up doing that at some point, just to go ahead and, you know, get everything done. But this car drives already like real nice. Everybody tells me like, wow, it's so smooth, it's so comfortable, it's so nice. Like I give like a bunch of compliments. They have like no idea how old the car is until I tell them, and they're really surprised. But anyways, I'm gonna call this video an end. I'm sure I've missed some stuff that, you know, that I haven't talked about, but I'm just like super tired. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, but I think I have covered everything in so many videos. I guess I don't know. I guess I forgot to cover my strategy. So okay, sorry about that. I mean, I did talk about it in a previous video, but my strategy was this week to just accept as many rides as possible, to move up in status. I was a platinum status, now elite status, to have a really high acceptance rate, which means I would have to accept the most amount of rides, not accepting junk rides. I'm accepting rides that are paying reasonable, and you could see that by my actual income. Okay, but you have to really make sure that you have like sort of like a good balance with the kind of rides you're getting. You know, you have some short ones, some longer ones, well, not like very long ones, but like some longer ones. It's gonna happen whenever you're working. You'll get some short ones, you gotta do those, and you'll have some long ones, you gotta do those. But sometimes you just need to say no to some of the long ones, because they're just taking you to an area where you're gonna lose time. That has happened to me already many times, because you could be like in like autopilot and you just accepting every single ride. Sometimes that happens without thinking, or you miss it, they just add the trip to you, and then you have to deal with it when you drop off a person. You're noticing that the next trip, it's gonna be very, very long, and maybe that's not what you were planning to do. So plan accordingly. And also, like, my strategy was, since I am working on Ride Challenge, my strategy was to just do a lot of short trips. So a lot of you guys don't like to do short trips because each time you're doing a short trip, you could have a nasty customer and he could potentially mess up your rating. Yeah, that can happen for sure. But if you're doing a Ride Challenge, then it's one of the ways to do it. And also, if you want to complete a Ride Challenge, if you did get it and you're not planning to really drive a lot, I mean, what you can do is only pick shortest rides. If you don't care about your status, you should be okay. One thing is that they're not okay with is if you're canceling all the time. But in my theory, if you're accepting every single ride, you have a really good status going, company notices that, excuse me guys, and they will reward you. That's what I believe. And maybe they're rewarding me with better rides, better income, I don't know. But I'm sure that's built into the system, where they have some kind of reward system. But anyways, that's all I want to explain for now. Even with the strategy, I mean, I kept it simple. And I guess, even though I mentioned this before, I selected a radius around downtown area if I wanted to work in downtown. But if you don't want to work in downtown, you can select the radius of the area that you think is busy, if you want to stay within that area, and you could adjust it by how many miles it is. You could just basically choose to have very short rides or very long rides. So I choose very short rides. So that worked out for me. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys